Good morning, everyone. It is your English class, and today we are going to study our next chapter, chapter number 7, verbs expressing the present. This chapter we are going to study. So let's start. Point number A, the present tense of be. Be is used in two ways. It is used as the main verb. It is also used as an auxiliary to form other tenses. Like he is happy. Is a form of be. In this sentence, be has been used as the main verb. He is playing. In this sentence, the verb is playing. So be has been used as an auxiliary to form another tenses. So dear students, first of all, we have to understand this point. We are going to understand the present tense. Okay. So first of all, we are going to understand the role of be form in the present tense. So be is a verb which can be used as a main verb and as a helping verb. Helping verb also called auxiliary verb. Okay. So if I say that I am a teacher, I am a teacher. So am is form of be, right? So in this sentence, you can say that only one verb is there. So that is main verb. Means am is main verb here. And if I say that I am teaching, I am teaching. Now you can see that am word has been used here as a helping verb. Okay, helping verb will come when there is a main verb. If any one verb is there, that is a main verb, not helping verb. Second point, be has the same form whether it is used as the main verb or as an auxiliary. So whenever we use be form, so if we use it in as a main verb, so we use the same forms like form, and when we use helping verb, so same forms we use that. I am sorry, ma'am, I am late, said Sudha. Sudha ne ऐसे कहा, I am sorry, ma'am, I am late. So you can see that am like verbs have been used here. Am. You are usually late, said the teacher. Then, as she looked around the class, she said, where is Amrita? Is she also late? Amrita, who was sitting on the last bench, said, no, ma'am, I am not late. I am in the time, but Vipul is late. So these are the present form of be, is, am, are. Am we use with I, and is we use for third person singular, means he, she, it, and any name, and are we use for we, you, they, and third person plural, right? In the above conversation, the verbs printed in bold letters are the present tense of a verb be. In conversation, we often use short forms also. For example, some of the above sentences in the short form would be I am sorry, I'm sorry, I am late, I'm late, you are usually late, you're usually late, Vipul is late, Vipul's late. So dear students, sometimes it happens we use the short form of be. Means instead of saying I am sorry, so we can say that I'm sorry. I am late, I'm late. You are usually late, you are usually late. Vipul is late, so we can say in short form Vipul's late. Okay. So these are the positive short forms, these are the negative, and these are the interrogative. Like I am, we can say I'm, we are, you are, and you are means like for singular and plural. He is, his, she is, it is, it's, they are, there. And in this way also we can say I am not, I am not, we are not, you are not, you're not for plural. He is not, he's not, she is not, she's not, it is not, it's not, they are not, they're not. Interrogative, am I, are we, are you, is he, is she, is it, are they. In this way we can use. So in negative sentences we can use different short form also. We are not, we aren't. He is not, he isn't. You are not, you aren't. So dear students, here we have to understand. Suppose we need to say negative short form, so we can say one way in this type, I'm not. I can say I'm not a student. I'm not a student. Instead of this, I can also say I aren't a student. If you say that he is not a teacher, he is not teacher. In short form, you can say he is not a teacher. And you can also say he isn't a teacher, right? So these short form also we can use, and these short form also we can use. Negative interrogative forms are you not? We can say are you not a student? Or we can also say aren't you a student? This is short form and this is not short form. Is he not a teacher? Isn't he teacher? So not we have included with is, right? The short form of am I not is slightly irregular. We need to say I am not, aren't I? Ain't I is also used. So basically short form of am not is aren't. Remember this am not is aren't. Sometimes we say also ain't, right? Am I not late? Aren't I late? Ain't I late? In this way we can say. The present tense of have. Like be have can also be used in two ways, as the main verb and as an auxiliary to make other senses. When used as the main verb, it expresses the possession. So as we have used be as a helping verb and as a main verb, same it happens with the have too. So have word also we can use as a helping verb and as a main verb. Okay. So whenever we use a have as a main verb, so we use this for like for showing the possession. Like I say that I have a pen. So have is here main verb, and by have I want to show the possession, means I am owner of that pen. I have a pen, but I do not have any pen, said Mona. Then she turned it to Anurag. Do you have any pen? So these words are, you can see that these words have been used as a main verb, not as a helping verb. Both Anurag and Tina said, we have plenty, but we have no pens. We can give you paper if you give us your pen. Satik said, I don't think Mona has a spare pen. If she gives you her pen, what will she do with the pen? So have word, you can see that has been used here as a main verb, not as a helping verb. In the above conversation, the verbs printed in bold letters are the present tense of the verb have. In the same cases, we could have used short form also, like I have I've, we have we've, you have you have you've, he has his, she has she's, it has its, they have they've. Right? I have no means I haven't no. So I've no, I haven't any, we can say. We have no, we've no, or we can say we haven't any. You have no, you've no, or we can say you haven't any. He has no, he's no, he hasn't any. She has no, she's no, she hasn't any. It has no, it's no, it hasn't any. They have no, we can say they've no, they haven't any. Or interrogative sentence, we can use have I, have we, have you, you has she, and has he, has it, have they. So in this way we can use. So dear students, basically we need to understand have word we can use as a helping verb and as a main verb. Suppose I say that I have a pen. I have a pen. So this have word has been used here as a main verb. Suppose I say that I have bought a pen. I have bought a pen. Bought is main verb. Have is here helping verb. Okay. So have word can be used as a helping verb and as a main verb. So these are the short forms of using has or have. These days, it is common to use has or have got for has have. We have some milk. He has a spare pen. We have got some milk. She has got a spare pen. So dear students, in this way, like in this point, we have to understand where we use have for showing the possession. Like if I say that I have a pen. So instead of saying this, I can also say I have got a pen. I have a car, so we can also say I have got a car. So if I say I have a car or I have got a car, both sentences are giving the same meaning, right? Note that have or has got is accepted as the simple present tense of have. So these formation is understood in the simple present tense, not in the present perfect tense. In negative sentences, we can use different short forms also, like we have no pens. We can say we've no pens. I haven't any pens. We haven't got any pens. We don't have any pens. So this sentence we can say in many formation, in many types. We can say this sentence. I have no paper. So this sentence we can say I have no paper, or I haven't any paper, or I haven't got any paper, or I don't have any paper. So one sentence we can say in many formations. Next point, question can be formed in two ways. Have you got any pen? Do you have any pen? Has she got some money to spare? Does she have some money to spare? Negative interrogative form are have I not, haven't I, don't I have you not, haven't you, don't you have. So these like are the negative interrogative formations. Dear students, you need to use this formation and you have to learn these formations. Next, simple present tense. C point. Every Sunday, Amit and his parents go to a camping holiday near a lake. They pitch their tent near the bank. Amit and his father go boating in the lake. Why does the mother not join them? She does not like boating. After breakfast, Amit plays a game of badminton with his mother. The verbs printed in bold letters are in the simple present tense. So dear students, in this we have to understand in simple present tense we use first form of the verb, means present form of the verb. Okay, so you can see that these bold letters verbs are of the present tense: go, pitch, go, does not like, join, place. These are the first form of any verb. Simple present tense, positive. Whenever we need to make positive sentence, means like simple sentence. So first of all, subject, then verb. First form of the verb. Subject, first form. Subject, first form. He, she, it, any third person, singular subject, place. So whenever our subject is third person singular, you know very well, like he, she, it, or any name. So we need to put s or es with the root form. So we can say place, right? Any third person plural subject we need to use play. Simple, in simple words we can understand there are two first form, like root form, and with that we add the s or es. So this is singular form and root form is called plural form. So with third person singular subject we should use s or es form, and with the rest of subject we should use root form. In the negative sentence we need to use do not with first person and second person and third person plural subjects, and with the third person singular subject we should use does. And after do and does always we need to use root form. You can see that I do not play, he, she, it does not play, not plays. Play we need to mention after do or does, always we need to put root form. In interrogative sentence also helping verb do or does will come, so that's why we need to put root form. Okay, in simple present tense we normally use the root form of the verb, but with he, she, it, and other third person singular subject we have to add an s or es to their root form. So same thing I have told you, whenever we use this root form with the simple present tense. So if our subject is third person singular, means he, she, it, or name, so we need to add s or es with the root form, right? And short form do not, don't, and does not, doesn't. Negative interrogative formation, do you not play, or we can also say don't you play. Does he not play, or we can also say doesn't he play. So don't and doesn't are the root form, sorry, short form of do not and does not. Sentences beginning with a question word like plus do, does, plus subject and root form of the verb plus object and rest of things. When do you play? When does he play? So, dear student, whenever we put the sentence with the like a WH word, with we make the sentence like question sentence with the WH word. So first of all, WH word will come. Then our helping verb come. Helping verb means do or does. Then subject, then root form, then rest of things. Okay. When does he play? WH word we have mentioned here. Then does, then subject, then root form. Simple present tense uses. The main use of simple present tense is to express action done as a matter of habit and action done repeatedly. जो काम हम हैबिट के अनुसार करते हैं और जो काम हम बार बार करते हैं, उन सभी बातों के लिए हम सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस यूज करते हैं. लाइक monkeys eat bananas, it's his habit. So we have mentioned here monkeys eat bananas. He goes for long walks, repeated action. So that's why we have used here simple present tense. So simple present tense we need to use when we talk about our habits and repeated actions. Second point, this tense expresses scientific facts and universal truth. So whenever we expresses scientific facts and universal truth, in that case also, dear student, we should use simple present tense. Like the magnet attracts iron. Yoga exercise keep us fit. So these are the scientific facts and universal truth. So for them also we should use simple present tense. Point number 3, it is used in proverbs and sayings because they are represent universal truth. So whenever we say proverbs and sayings, so by the proverbs and sayings we actually want to represent the universal truth. That's why for universal truth means for proverbs and sayings we should use simple present tense. Fortune favors the brave. Soft words win hard hearts. So these are the proverbs and sayings, right? यानी कि मुहावरे and लोकोक्तियां. For them we should use simple present tense. The tense is also used to express natural qualities and professional activities. Like honey tastes sweet, that's a natural quality. Chemist sells medicines. Professional activities. For the professional activities and for the natural qualities we should use this tense. Note, we often use words like always, never, usually, generally, often, seldom, sometimes, every day, on Mondays, once a month, etc. with this tense. So dear students, we usually use these words, these are time expressing words when we use simple present tense, and by this it appears that we are talking about any general thing, any universal truth or any present habit. On Sundays, I seldom get up before 9 o'clock. तो अक्सर संडे को मैं seldom कभी कभार 9 बजे से पहले उठ जाता हूँ. So I'm just telling about my habit, and seldom word we have used, and you can see that simple present tense I have used here. We generally spend our evening at home. So we are talking about simple present tense and we have used this word generally. So these words basically we use when we talk about simple present tense. Simple present tense form, root form, do not plus root form plus SOES or does not plus root form. Uses action done as a matter of habit, action done repeatedly. Scientific facts and universal truth, proverbs and saying, natural qualities and professional activities is all the things we have understood. Now please come on the exercise number 1. In this exercise, match words in a column A with those in column B to get 6 proverbs. So these 6 proverbs are written here, so we need to match these proverbs. Okay. First is that a bad workman. A bad workman, and it will be added, a bad workman quarrels with his tool. A bad workman quarrels with his tool. एक जो गंदा वर्कमैन होता है वो अपने टूल से लड़ता रहता है. जैसे हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, नाच ना जाने आंगन टेढ़ा. So whenever we have to express this sense, this proverb, so we can say a bad workman quarrels with his tools. Next, barking dog Barking dog seldom bite. Barking dog seldom bite. This will match with this point, seldom bite. It means like जो भोंकते हैं वो काटते नहीं, जैसे हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं कि गरजने वाले बरसते नहीं. Same we can say in English. Barking dogs seldom bite. So two I have told you, and rest of you should try to match. Now please come on the second exercise. Exercise number 2, fill in the blanks with the simple present tense of verbs given in the brackets. So simple present tense verb you have to fill given in the bracket. Who fastest in the class? So we need to write here exact verb. So in this we can mention here who runs fastest in the class. So who, you know that who is third person singular and plural also. And now we want to know about one person. So that's why we need to write here. That's a third person singular. So according to third person singular subject, we need to write here runs. Next, Anu her work sincerely and systematically. Anu does her work. Anu is third person singular, and with the third person singular, we need to use S or ES form. Does we need to fill here. We things a bit too seriously. We take. We is the first person plural. So with the first person plural, we need to use root form. So by this way, you will do this exercise. Now please come on the third exercise. Using the question words given in the brackets and taking help from the words printed in bold letters, frame questions to which the following may be suitable answers. Like, he needs some food to eat. What does he need? So some statements are there and some WH words are there. So with the help of those WH words, you need to form some sentences, question sentences. Okay. Okay, first like do that. Indian gooseberry is the most important source of vitamin C. And we have to put the question with the help of what? So we can say that what is the most important source of vitamin C in India? What is the most source of vitamin C in India? So rubber trees grow in Malaysia, where? So we have to put the question, answer we have. So we can say that where do rubber trees grow? Where do rubber trees grow? By grow, we have to say, right? So dear students, in this way, you need to make question sentence with the help of these answer sentences. Now, please come on the fourth exercise. Rewrite the following passage using the correct form of the verbs given in the bracket in the simple present tense. So you have to rewrite this passage and verbs which are written there. So you have to write according to the subject, and simple present tense we have to use. First sentence, Preet Mohan Singh. That's the name. That's a third person singular because we are talking about the one name. So we need to mention here Preet Mohan Singh has HAS. Preet Mohan Singh has a new hobby. He likes. He is also third person singular. So dear students, once again I tell you, whenever our subject is third person singular, okay, and we want to write simple present tense, then we need to write S or ES form. Okay, and third person singular means he, she, it, or any name. That is third person singular subject, and rest of subjects are like it can be first person singular plural or second person singular or plural or third person plural. Means when your subject is he, she, it, or any name, then you have to add S or ES form. Otherwise, with rest of subject, you have to add root form. So he likes 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 catching butterflies, but he practice. So as we have to mention his hobby in a different way. Many naughty children put, because children is not singular, that is plural. The butterflies they catch. We have to put catch in closed glass jars. Okay, so catch you have to mention because our subject is third person plural, right? So in this way, dear student, you have to do this exercise. Now please come on the next part, present continuous tense. I am waiting for a bus. Some other people are also waiting for it. We are all standing in a queue. There is a hawker also. What is the hawker selling? Is he selling nuts? No, he is selling newspapers. In the passage given above, the words printed in bold letters are in the present continuous tense. So, dear students, you can observe that these bold letters are of present continuous tense, like am waiting, are standing, selling, selling, is selling. So these are all the parts of the present continuous. So basically, dear students, we have to understand whenever we have to write the present continuous tense. So first of all, we have to write subject, then helping verb, is am are we have to mention is am are, is with third person singular, am with I, and with the rest of subjects we should use are, and then we have to use ing form of the verb, right? So this is the formation. Present continuous tense form. Affirmative sentence. When your sentence is affirmative, you need to use ismr plus ing from the verb, like I am playing, we are playing, you are playing, you are playing, he, she, it is playing, they are playing, right? Negative sentence, am not playing, you are not playing, he is not playing. Interrogative sentence, helping verb will come in the beginning. Is he playing? Are you playing? Where are they playing? When WH word is there, so first of all, WH word will come, then helping verb, then subject, then main verb. Short forms, am not means like you need to fill the I am not, is not, isn't, are not, aren't, am I not, aren't I? You can say in this way. Now let's understand the use of present continuous tense. The present continuous tense denote an action taking place at the time of speaking. It is raining now. It means that it started raining a short while ago. It is raining at the present moment and it will continue raining for a while. On the timeline, we can represent the present continuous tense as shown below. So whenever any action is going on, an action is taking place, so for that action we need to use present continuous tense. जब कोई काम चल रहा हो, प्रोसेस में हो, अभी कंप्लीट ना हुआ हो, तो उसके लिए हम present continuous tense यूज करते हैं. Suppose I say that I am teaching, it means the action of teaching is still going on, that is in process, that is not completed. So when action is going on, action is taking place, for those actions we should use present continuous tense, like it is raining now, so at present time of speaking, that is going on. No adverb time is needed with this tense, though we may sometimes use words like now, at present, at this moment to suggest that action is taking place at the time of speaking. So dear student, whenever we use this tense, so there is no need to use any time expressing words, but some words are here, we use them to show that action is going on, like now, at present, at this moment. Okay, next, it is used to denote a temporary action which may not be necessary happening at the time of speaking. These days I'm revising my courses. Expressions like these days, nowadays may be used in sentence like this. So dear student, in this we have to understand, sometimes we use this tense when some actions are not happening at the time of speaking, but those actions are going on. So for those actions we use this tense also. Suppose that in these days you are completing your practical file, you have got assignment of completing your practical files, but you meet to someone like in a stadium or in a school, and he or she asks you, what are you doing? Or you say that I am completing my practical files. Okay, so at the time of speaking you are not completing, you are just talking with him, you are free, but action of completing is going on in these days, so that's why you are saying that sentence. Okay, suppose your brother or like your father is writing a book, and someone meets him and he or she asks him, what are you doing in these days? And your father says that in these days I am writing a book. So at the present of speaking means at the present time, means at the time of speaking, he is not writing the book, but in these days he is writing the book. So for those action which is not going on at the time of speaking, but actually they are going on, right? So for those actions we should use this tense also. Third point, it is also used to denote an action about to take place in the near future. जब कोई काम नियर फ्यूचर में होने वाला हो, हमें पता है कि हम वो काम करेंगे, उसके लिए भी हम ये टेंस यूज कर सकते हैं. लाइक आई एम मीटिंग हिम टुमारो. Like suppose that I have made the plan to meet someone tomorrow, so I can say that I am meeting him tomorrow. Means instead of saying I will meet him tomorrow, I can say I'm meeting him tomorrow. We are playing a friendly match next week. Suppose next week we will play the friendly match, so we can also say we are playing a friendly match next week. Means for the planned action for future we can use this tense. This form is used to suggest definite arrangement in the near future. The time is almost always given, tomorrow, next week. For more detail, refer to chapter number 9. The same thing we have discussed. So formation is MR, ing form of the verb. So whenever sentence is negative, we need to add not. And uses, we use this tense, actions taking place now at the time of speaking, temporary action which may not be necessary happening at the time of speaking, then action about to take place in the near future. So for third means for three senses we use this tense. On the behalf of this understanding, dear student, you have to do exercise number 5. In exercise number 5, fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb given in the bracket in the present continuous tense. So present continuous tense you have to fill here. You can write here, the home team. The home team is playing well in the tournament. The home team is singular, third person singular. So we need to use is, and after that we need to use ing form. Who in my bed? So we can say that who is laying in my bed? Who is laying in my bed? Third sentence, the government sincere efforts to solve our problems. The government is making sincere effort to solve our problems. So dear students, in this way you have to do this exercise. And now we have only 3 minutes. So rest of things we will discuss in the next class. Now please raise your hand if you want to ask any question regarding today's class.